You probably think citizenship is something you're born with. A passport is something you earn by living in a country, following its laws, and being part of its culture. But today, all of that can be skipped if you have money. There are countries, real ones, that will sell you a passport. No language test, no job offer, no time spent living there. Just pay the fee, and you're in. This is the world of citizenship by investment. A legal, booming business where passports are for sale, and demand is growing fast. But why would a country sell its identity? And why are some of the world's richest, most powerful, and sometimes most dangerous people buying in? This is the story of the countries that sell citizenship, and the people buying their way into a new life. The idea is simple. A country needs money. A wealthy person wants a second passport. The deal? You invest in the country, and they make you a citizen. This investment could be a donation to a government fund, buying real estate, starting a business, or sometimes just wiring cash to a lawyer. And in return, you get something very valuable, a passport. A second identity, access to new countries, banks, schools, and legal protections. It's like buying a VIP pass to the world. And while it sounds new, this idea has been around since the 1980s. The Caribbean island of St. Kitts and Nevis was the first to try it, and it worked. Today, there are dozens of programs around the globe. Let's take a look at the top countries that sell citizenship, and how their systems work. 1. St. Kitts and Nevis. The oldest citizenship by investment program in the world. Price: around $150,000 donation. Perks: visa-free access to over 150 countries, including Europe and the UK. 2. Malta. An EU member with one of the most expensive programs. Cost: up to $1 million. Perks: full European Union citizenship. You can live, work, and travel in 27 countries. 3. Vanuatu. Small Pacific island nation. Price: around $130,000. Fastest approval time, sometimes within 30 days. 4. Turkey. Cost: $400,000 investment in property. Growing in popularity, especially among Middle Eastern and Asian investors. 5. Dominica, Antigua, Grenada, and St. Lucia. Caribbean nations with lower price tags, starting around $100,000. Often marketed to people seeking visa-free access to Europe and Asia. 6. Austria. One of the hardest and most elite programs. No public pricing, but often costs millions. Approval is rare and based on exceptional contribution. Each country has different rules, but the idea is the same: money in, passport out. So who are the people buying these passports? It's not just shady billionaires or fugitives, though they exist too. The buyers fall into a few major groups. A. The wealthy global elite. Many buyers are rich families from unstable countries, like Russia, China, Nigeria, or Pakistan. They want a safe escape plan if politics or war gets worse. B. Entrepreneurs, business owners. They want visa-free travel to meet clients, attend meetings, or move between countries easily. C. Crypto investors. With uncertain laws about digital money, some crypto millionaires buy second citizenship to avoid legal risks. D. Families seeking opportunity. Some do it for their children, to access better schools, healthcare, or future jobs. E. Criminals, corrupt officials. Unfortunately, some buyers use fake names, hide their past crimes, and try to disappear. In one shocking case, a Chinese billionaire wanted for fraud was caught with 10 passports, from different countries. You may wonder, why would a country sell its most sacred document, its passport? For many countries, especially small island nations, it's about survival. Countries like Dominica or Vanuatu don't have large industries or natural resources. They rely on tourism and international aid. But tourism is fragile. Just one storm, or one pandemic, and the economy collapses. So they turn to citizenship by investment as a stable source of income. In 2021, Vanuatu made over 40% of its national budget from passport sales. That money helps fund roads, schools, and government salaries. For others, like Turkey, the program is a way to boost real estate or attract foreign money. Even in wealthy countries like Malta, the government sees it as a business decision. But there are risks. Big ones. 1. Security. When background checks are weak, dangerous people can buy clean identities. Interpol and the EU have raised alarms about terrorists and criminals using these programs. 2. Money laundering. Buying citizenship can hide dirty money through fake real estate deals or offshore accounts. 3. Corruption. In Cyprus, a 2020 investigation showed politicians secretly helping criminals get passports. The program was shut down after global outrage. 4. Unfair advantage. While refugees struggle to get legal status, the rich can skip the line. This creates a passport class divide, where money equals freedom. Several programs have faced major scandals. In Cyprus, undercover journalists filmed officials offering passports to known criminals. In Malta, an investigative journalist named Daphne Caruana Galizia exposed corruption linked to the program. She was murdered in 2017 by a car bomb. In Vanuatu, documents leaked in 2021 showed over 2,000 Chinese citizens gained citizenship, many with unclear records. These stories raise serious questions about transparency, ethics, and global security. Even the European Union has warned that these programs may allow undesirable individuals into Europe. So what does the future hold? Despite criticism, these programs aren't going away. In fact, they're growing. Why? Because the world is more unstable than ever. Wars, pandemics, climate change, political crackdowns. People want a way out, or at least a backup plan. And countries want the money. Some trends to watch. More residency by investment programs, like Portugal or Greece, instead of full citizenship. Digital citizenship or blockchain-based identity systems. Stronger international pressure to regulate the industry. Demand from climate refugees. People looking for safe homes as sea levels rise. More people are seeing citizenship not as a birthright, but as a product, and like any product, it can be marketed, bought, sold, and, for some, abused. In the past, citizenship was about loyalty. It was about language, culture, and belonging. Today, for those with money, it's about options. Freedom, travel, security, tax planning, status. But we have to ask, when countries start selling passports like luxury cars, when the rich can skip lines and borders, and when identity becomes a product, what happens to the meaning of citizenship? Is it progress, or inequality dressed in a suit? That's the question we all must face. Facts and numbers are useful, but stories make them real. Let's meet 4 people who actually bought a new nationality. Li Wei, tech entrepreneur from China. Li built a successful e-commerce app. Business boomed, but government rules kept changing. One new regulation could shut him down overnight. So Li spent $150,000 on a St. Lucia passport. Now he visits suppliers in Europe without a visa and keeps a bank account in Singapore. He still loves China, but the second passport is his safety net. Maria, single mother from Venezuela. Maria's home currency lost 99% of its value. With help from relatives abroad, she scraped together $130,000 for a Vanuatu passport. Why? Visa-free travel let her find work in Australia. She opened a foreign bank account to protect savings from inflation. Her son can now apply to universities overseas more easily. For Maria, the passport was an exit door from crisis. Mr. K, politically exposed banker from Russia. Facing Western sanctions, he feared his accounts would be frozen. He bought a Maltese passport for roughly €1 million. Now he parks money in EU banks and travels as an EU citizen. Critics say programs like Malta's give cover to oligarchs. Supporters say the law only requires no serious criminal record, and Mr. K passed. Sasha Tony, digital nomad couple from South Africa. They earn in cryptocurrency, live in Bali, and wanted easier global mobility. They invested $400,000 in an apartment in Istanbul and became Turkish citizens. Perks. Better flight connections out of Turkey. Plan B home base if visas for Bali change. Future retirement property they can rent until then. These stories show one thing. Different motives, same solution, buy a passport. Now let's lift the curtain on the industry itself, step by step. 1. Marketing. Agents run glossy ads. Get a second passport in 60 days. They target high net worth forums, Instagram, and even airport billboards. 2. Free consultation. You jump on a Zoom call. An advisor asks your budget and your travel goals, then suggests a country. 3. Due diligence, on paper. You submit police records, bank statements, medical checks. In theory, this filters out criminals. In reality, background depth varies wildly. 4. Money transfer. Most countries demand the full payment before citizenship is approved. Funds often pass through an escrow account run by the agent. 5. Government approval. A committee, sometimes just 2 officials, signs off. Processing can be 30 days in Vanuatu, up to 12 months in Malta. 6. Passport issued. You fly in for an oath or do it at an embassy. Congratulations, new nationality achieved. Hidden fees, red flags. Agent commissions 10 to 25. Extra charges for spouse children. Some agents promise name change services to wipe past identities, illegal but hard to police. If a program suddenly slashes its price, it may signal a cash-starved government willing to cut corners. Selling passports splits opinions right down the middle. Argument 1. It's just economics. Why blame a small island for using the only asset it has, sovereignty, to raise money? Argument 2. Security risk. Opponents ask, what if the next terror plotter buys a golden passport and walks straight into Europe? Argument 3. Unfair advantage. A refugee fleeing war may wait years for asylum. Someone with cash waits weeks for a passport. Is that justice or a two-tier world? Possible reforms. 1. Unified global database. Interpol suggests a shared blacklist of rejected applicants. 2. Tiered access. Some propose that economic citizens get limited political rights, no voting for the first decade. 3. Transparency portals. Publish every approved applicant's name, with privacy safeguards, to deter criminals. 4. Climate citizenship. Pacific islands sinking under rising seas might negotiate land swaps plus citizenship for relocation, turning today's model on its head. In the 20th century, borders divided the world. In the 21st, money may dissolve them, for some. Whether that leads to more freedom or deeper inequality is a question no passport can answer. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to subscribe to Truth Travels. We uncover the hidden stories behind the headlines. It's free, and it means a lot to us. So join the journey and never miss what the world doesn't want you to see.